Hello everyone, my name is His Excellency Sir Dr. Raphael Lewis, leader and Prime Minister of Canada candidate of the National Coalition Party of Canada, the NCPC. The National Coalition Party of Canada, the NCPC, has conceived a very well designed retirement security policy, mostly aiming to secure a safe retirement for every Canadian citizens. And as we all know as we speak, there's a large group, a large percentage of senior citizens living in poverty. And this after contributing to this economy most of their lives. Again, this is alarming. Well, we can change that. We can bring retirement security on the platform again as part of our political agenda and part of mainstream political debates, because it looks like those issues, those seniors who've made this country, who've built this economy, are most often being forgotten and forsaken. And it is time that we stop ignoring those issues and that we bring security in retirement. And this is what we are doing at the National Coalition Party of Canada. The Canada Pension Plan needs to be reformed. It needs to be reinforced. And as we all know, the Canada Pension Plan is the main system that provides Canadians with a good retirement income. However, government inflation, government creating inflation, is making each dollar contributed to the Canada Pension Plan down the road less than what it's worth. This is what inflation does to your Canadian dollar. Let's say a senior citizen contribute $1, and then after 40 years of work, that dollar they contributed 40 years ago, 40 years later may worth only 40 cents or 20 cents. Why? Because of that inflation element. Today, what we know, what creates inflation is government deficit. That deficit, based on, let's say, not so much of a sound fiscal policy, is taking value of your dollar. And government don't seem to realize that. And we at the National Coalition Party of Canada, we understand what inflation does to your dollar. That's the reason why we have come up with the most comprehensive retirement security policy that will reduce or eliminate inflation, a sound fiscal policy that is going to regulate government spending and government waste, that is going to balance your book so we don't have to have a large government deficit. We can bring a government surplus onto the table. We can make our budget a budget where we bring surplus to the government. But because of wasteful spending, because of programs in Ottawa that are not working properly, because of all those sound policy, maybe not policy, are contributing to this national deficit. And the higher the deficit, the inflation become more powerful. And today that has to stop, because your children need to retire in this country after contributing to so many years of hard working, your families and your children. You need to have a safe retirement. And our approach is to balance our books, because we have a theory, we have the mechanisms where we can manage the deficit, reduce inflation, so that the dollar you contribute today, instead of losing its values 20 years later, gain values instead. And this is what government is supposed to be doing for you. And this is what we are doing for you. But it begins with policy. And the National Coalition Party of Canada retirement policy specifically address and propose solutions to make retirement a safe haven for you, your families, and your children. We don't want to be working, we don't want to have the fear that down the road our nation will not have a retirement program. We want to make sure that government works for you in not only debating, in not only promoting, in not only promoting their campaign, and not only making promises, but come up with policy, sound policy, a sound fiscal policy that can balance our books, limit the damage that the government deficit is creating, tackle inflation, and have a government surplus where all Canadians can have a safe retirement security. And I invite you all to visit our website to explore our policy, to explore all the programs, because we know that government can create the economic domino effect that has an adverse impact on every Canadian citizens. And today we are seeing that. Retirement, seniors are living under poverty. We have a high deficit budget. We have a high deficit under our over $1 trillion. And those we can now start to go on to recovery mode. Yes, we are a wealthy nation. We are a wealthy nation. But government mismanagement is not going to create any safe retirement for our current seniors that are looking to retire, and for you and your children down the road. You need to understand that having a sound policy, having a government with a sound policy is what we need to secure our retirement. I urge you, I invite you to visit us, join us, and get onto our debate, get onto the discussion, because we have a plan that can bring balance into Parliament, that can bring balance into government. Thank you so much, and I look forward to work with you. Thank you.